Leave the everyday stresses behind and come on an action-packed ride with me, Penny Wells, and the Discover Oz crew as we travel to the top of Down Under. Join me on a white-knuckle ride to the top of Down Under. Hi, I'm Penny Wells and welcome to the top of Down Under. Boy, do we have an action-packed episode this time. We're now heading for the Gregory River for a spot of fishing, after checking out the Leichhardt Falls and then onto the stunning Lawn Hill. So jump on board and let's go for a ride. "236 kilometres west of Normington is the Leichhardt Falls. The road is predominantly dirt with patches of bitumen. Just saw a non-venomous black-headed python up there. He was a bit feisty because it's warmer today, so yeah, he was pretty active. And now we're heading up to Leichhardt Falls to have a look around there. 38 kilometres from Normington is an interesting piece of Australian exploration history. This is Camp 119, a Burke and Wills site. You can see a lot of these places along the way in different parts of Australia, and it's well worth a look because it's interesting the history on Burke and Wills and the journey that they did make. Unfortunately, they didn't make it back, but it is incredible the effort that they went to. And there's actually a tree over there that's still blazed, and you can have a closer look at that. It's really interesting how they marked it. And being late in the day, it was time to find a camp ourselves. Tonight, we would set up a camp on the sandy banks of the Flinders River.
The time of year has come when I pack my bags and I'm ready for a holiday. I've been working and counting the days till I get away.
Just off there, just a tad bit, we'll dry that in the tyres again and we'll get out. That's wet.
Then I share with all my best friends and we stay like a family. The summer sun sets late. We'll pack the car, I'll drive you, navigate down the highway, past the city, check the view out over the bay. We're free, feel the summer with the southern breeze. We're young, we choose, no reasons and no excuse. We got nothing to lose.
The more simple and efficient your camp setup is, the sooner you get to relax and enjoy the end of the day. After all, you are on holidays. In this area, you're passing through the Plains of Promise, named by Captain John Stokes in 1841. He overestimated the potential of these flat plains that never came to fruition, and they remain only grazing pastures to this day. At the 236 kilometre mark, you reach the edge of the Burke Shire. Turning south takes you to Gregory Downs, or north you cross the Leichhardt River. If you want to check out the falls, take this road a kilometre or so, crossing the long concrete causeway. You can't actually see the falls from the causeway, and you need to drive across the massive flat rocks that line the edge of the river to view them.
When the summer comes, I'll meet you there, where the winding road leads to the pier and the river flows.
So this is the beautiful Leichhardt Falls. When you first drive in, you drive over a concrete causeway and look to your right and you'll see these beautiful falls. They're just amazing. It's really lucky to see this because it's just after the wet season, so they're flowing really nicely. And apparently the roads have only just been open a few weeks, and before that they've been flying choppers in everywhere just to get around. So well worth a look. It's just, all you see is just waterfalls. It's really beautiful. The falls are a great place to set up a camp. But at the peak of the tourist season, shady trees are hard to come by. And just be aware there are crocodiles around. Turning south now, we were heading for somewhere special. When planning your trip, remember fuel is not readily available and it can be several hundred kilometres between fuel stops. Hey Joe, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Pen. What's up?
Well, the last couple of places we've been to, like Leichhardt Falls, you can't actually swim there because of the crocs, but if we head up the road a bit, there's this another awesome spot where I think we can don the bikinis.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Bikinis, on in!
Alright, let's hit it. Gregory Downs is a little known outback gem with fantastic camping spots right on the riverbank.
So what's your first impressions of Gregory River, Jade?
It looks really nice. That water looks beautiful.
I reckon we'll have a few coldies in there, hey?
Most definitely.
The cool waters of the Gregory River flow all year round.
That is definitely fast.
Come on, Dave!
Oh, this is beautiful!
We'll catch you, Dave. Gregory River is truly one of my favourite destinations, and happy hour is always whatever time you get there. The Gregory Downs Hotel is an old Cobb & Co staging post. It has accommodation, food, fuel and supplies, as well as a great atmosphere and a memorable place to watch a footy game, especially when the home team is winning. After the break, we continue exploring Gregory Downs.
Definitely a beautiful spot. It's gorgeous. So I'm here with Becky from the Gregory Downs Hotel. She's been kind enough to show us another camping spot around Gregory River. So Beck, what do you call this spot here?
This one here is 2 Mile. It's probably number 4 of the 4 checkpoints along the river that they camp at through the canoe race weekend and through the tourist season.
Okay, great. It's a perfect spot to camp. I mean, the water's just crystal clear. You can actually see fish swimming around down there. You actually do catch a bit of fish in here, don't you?
Yeah, we've got barramundi, bream, Saratoga, catfish.
Wow, good variety. So definitely another great place to camp on the Gregory River.
We better get you back so Tony can take you fishing.
That sounds awesome, Beck. Let's do this.
Tony, a keen fisherman, was ready and waiting to show us one of the local fishing spots. It's just a short drive out of town and down a bit of a goat track that leads you back to the river's edge.
You're a liar and a cheater, heartbreaker and deceiver, but I knew it all along. And although I couldn't see it, I knew that you were cheating on me when you go across the hall. But you broke our hearts one too many times. I've seen it all before. Take your things, just get out of my life. I don't need you anymore. I'm closing the door.
We had carted our boat nearly 3,000 kilometres, and it was exciting to finally get it into the water and wash the dust off her. But the pace of the river makes launching your boat interesting.
Start. My boat might never be the same again. Never a dull moment, eh?
I've seen it all before. Take your things, just get out of my life. I don't need you anymore.
Although our team are a committed film crew, we never profess to be professional anglers.
How do you get these off? That, to pick your fish up. Pick your fish. They don't have spiky bits on them? Yeah, pick it up. How?
Sound like
From
a
the
girl.
bottom.
I'll pick it up. First catch of the day.
Not bad, mate.
No, pennies doesn't count.
At least you landed yours. Due to the colder water temperature, black bream were the only species on the bite. However, the Gregory River is also home to barramundi, Saratoga and catfish. Is it, what sort of bream is it, Tony?
Black bream.
Black bream?
Yeah, same as the other
He's
one.
just lighter because
Yeah,
he's bigger.
lighter in colour.
Dinner. We really appreciated Tony's time in taking us out. In your travels, why not take the time to get to know the locals, and maybe you will also find some hidden gems. Wow, Gregory Downs was great. Every time I go there, it's just as beautiful as the last time. It's one of my favourite places. But now we're heading on to Lawn Hill, and I can't wait to canoe up the river there. That is going to be a ton of fun. And if you're wondering how we prepare for our trips, well, check out our next segment. I'll show you how to prepare some delicious meals on your trip, and you won't have to eat another stew again. So a great place to start is right here at the computer with a spreadsheet like I have. This will help you work out how many days you're going to be away on your trip, how many meals you want to actually pre-cook before you leave, and also how many meals that you'll have just like steak and veggies for. What I've done, I've actually used the internet to get some recipes off. It's a great source for all varieties of recipes. Look for ones that are good for freezing though, because ultimately that's what we're going to do. We're going to freeze most of the items in our camping fridge. And at the same time, with this spreadsheet, I've worked out how much meat I need to take away. I've given that list to my butcher and asked that he cryovacs it for me. Cryovacking saves space, and it also keeps your meat nice and fresh as well, so that's a good thing too. So yeah, like I said before, great place to start is right here with this spreadsheet. You'll be nice and organised. Okay Jade, so we've got our spreadsheet here. We've worked out what we need for the trip, and also we've got all our recipes out here ready to go as well. And I'd suggest we start with the lasagna.
Okay, why is that?
Well, if you don't do the lasagna first, don't set it in the fridge. When you go to vacuum pack it, it just squishes down into complete mess. Yeah, it's quite unappetising.
Fair enough.
Yep. So yeah, we'll start with that one. So let's get cooking.
Alrighty.
You can really make your cook-off day enjoyable. We have found it's also a great opportunity to get to know those who you'll be travelling with on your trip.
So the fish is actually going to cook in here, eh?
Jade, how long have we been at this? What's the time?
It's just past 4:30.
Oh my goodness, so how long have we been cooking for?
About 5 hours, I think it is.
Wow.
Very long time cooking.
It is. But I mean, look at what we've got. Like, look at all these dishes. That's just amazing.
Lasts forever.
Yeah, it should be good. What's your favourite dish out of all of them?
Pasta.
Yeah?
Looks great.
It does, doesn't it? It's got the bacon bits in it. Yep, very nice. Yep. And you know, pre-cooking these meals is going to be fantastic on the trip. And if we were really smart, we could use paper plates. There would be like minimal washing up, hey?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So now these are cooled down, why don't we start vacuum packing?
Alrighty.
Let's do it. Jade, so we've got our cryovac bags here, but the question is how much do we put in a bag for one meal?
Alrighty.
So a good trick to do is to serve out a meal size for each person to see how much you'd eat, and then combine it and put it in that bag. So I can't have him going hungry.
That's probably about it.
About it? Yeah. Okay, so now what we'll do, if you can hold that bag open for me.
little bit. Okay, you can just clean this top edge like that. This is to make sure it seals properly in the cryovac machine. Perfect. Now just pop it on here, just past that black line a little bit.
There we go, 1 mil done then.
Awesome. One down, a few to go.
Yep.
We'll finish these off and then I'll show you how to pack the fridge if you like.
So we have to fit all of that into here.
I know, it is possible, Joe. This is a 45 litre fridge, but we've travelled for years with a 45, packing in there 5 weeks worth of food, so it can be done.
Alrighty.
And this is where the spreadsheet comes in really handy. What we'll do, we'll pack all this according to the days that we're going to eat those meals. If you don't do this, you'll find, for example, yourself eating spaghetti bolognese for the first week, and that's all you'll eat.
That doesn't sound appealing.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Alright, so let's get started then.
Okay. The beauty of cryovacing is that when you're away on your trip, all you have to do is heat the meal in some boiling water and serve out. Job done.
This is awesome, babe. You're definitely doing the cook-off again.
Yeah, it's better than any old stew you would have whipped up.
I'll cop that.
Expectations were high heading to Lawn Hill Gorge, and rightly so. So this looks like our turn to Lawn Hill, Joe.
Certainly does.
There is only a handful of campsites available at the gorge itself. Bookings can be made on the National Parks website, or alternatively, you can stay at Adele's Grove.
Mama's holding it all down. She's keeping stress away from me. Protecting all situations.
Get it out. Did you turn the tap off? Well, I was going to offer you to a hot shower, but...
One of the best experiences you can have at Lawn Hill is to hire yourself a canoe and go for a paddle up the gorge.
Ready for an adventure of a lifetime?
Yep, got my camo gear.
Righto, who wants to get on the back? Righto, you
Are you wearing your shoes and socks in, Ben?
Yeah, I'm not going to take your feet off.
Is that how much confidence you have in us here?
Sometimes I'm troubled and out of line. Puts me in my place almost all the time. Setting lost since 1984. Looking for a mother I couldn't ask for anymore. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Really made my day. I'm so glad that I met her. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta.
You don't have to be too sporty to participate in this activity, as there are no strong currents. You just need to have some fun with those on board as you work out those coordinated paddle skills. Reaching Indara Falls is just over the halfway mark. Take your time to explore and get a close-up view of those beautiful falls.
You're the ace that grabs and holds down. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Really made my day. I'm so glad that I met her. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Really made my day. I'm so glad that I met her. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta. Nice to meet you, Miss Loretta.
This is Lawn Hill National Park. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful cliffs diving into the deep green water. It's just amazing. You can canoe up here, and this is the first part where you can drag your canoe up into the next section. But if canoeing's not your thing, well, just check this out. Beautiful waterfalls for a swim. Relaunching the canoe about 30 metres further up, there is more to discover in the second stage of the gorge. You can swim in the beautiful green water, although you are not alone. Freshwater crocodiles also inhabit the area. Freshwater crocs have a different nature to salties and are shy and timid. If you leave them alone, they will leave you alone.
Would you take him back? Would you take him back? Would you take him back with you? Back to all your friends in a nice warm bed you share with a privileged few. Well, I'm aching now, I see you walking away. My imagination's running wild and my logic's gone astray. After all this
At Lawn Hill, you have two options, the canoes or the tubes, and it's all for a good cause, a Gold Coast donation for the tubes.
all the feelings we gracefully have. It's a wonder I don't fall in love with all my friends.
Well, that's the end of this episode. Lawn Hill was magical, and the canoe up the gorge was such a great experience. We actually saw 3 freshwater crocodiles all up. Next time we head to Hell's Gates and cross the Northern Territory border, so see you then.
Oh, he smiled at me, now my heart just missed a beat. Well, he listens and he makes me laugh. Now I'm